Really just one word to describe tonight's Cubs game against the Braves.
Woof.
But hey, there were some bright spots. Let's go ahead and take a look at them on this post-game reaction. The Cubs were obliterated by the Braves 9-2 on this Wednesday night here in May. It's now 1-1. Series is all evened up. The rubber match tomorrow. Few bright spots. We'll talk about that here in a second, but I've got some opinions about this one. Whether you like them or not, make sure you like this video. If you do like my opinions, make sure you subscribe. And if you don't, that's okay. You can leave a comment. We can have a conversation. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about here is Justin Steele. Of course, Justin Steele did not have a very good final line. You're seeing it right there at the bottom. 6 1/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, just the 1 walk, and the 1 home run, really just a slight mistake pitch to Adam Duvall. Looked like Steele was trying to go a little bit high and in. He got it high, but he did not get it in, so a 2-run home run, and that really looked like that was going to be it. And then Counsell once again sends him out there for the 7th. I thought, based on how he ended the 6th, he had a little bit of trouble and a line out to end the inning. I thought that might be the end for him. Would have been a nice night, 6 innings and 2 runs, but he sends Steele back out there after a squeeze, sacrifice, whatever you want to call it. It was basically a squeeze bunt, sent home the 3rd run. He's out, and Quas comes in and just does not do his job. And you were kind of hoping that Jose Quas had found a little bit of a groove coming back from AAA, but this was definitely a bad one for him. His ERA is now 7.43 on the season. And you know what? Max Fried was just unhittable tonight from the get-go. That curveball was unreal. He has an amazing track record against the Cubs, and he completes the 9th complete game of the year in Major League Baseball. That's right, only 9 complete games so far in Major League Baseball. 30 teams right around the 50-game mark. You can do the math there. That's 1,500 games and only 9 complete games. We're in a much different era of baseball these days, but really got to tip your hat to Max Fried. And really, this is just a long stretch for the Cubs where they have now gone 6-9 in the last 15 games, a really rough 15-game stretch. And you can really look at the number one culprit of this entire 15-game stretch is the offense. The offense has not done the job. A 205 batting average. They've only scored 3 1/3 runs per game during that 15-game stretch. And they've struck out 137 times. Guys, that's a over 9 strikeouts per game average. And you think about that for a second, you say, man, this offense is doing really bad. But also, let's look at the 15 starting pitchers that they've seen in that 15-game stretch, and it kind of makes sense. You've got Yu Darvish, Randy Vasquez, who really was the only slouch amongst these 15 starters, Dylan Cease, Jared Jones ×2, Paul Skeens ×2, Bailey Falter, who looks like Sandy Koufax out there against the Cubs ×2, Mitch Keller, who is always a thorn in the Cubs' side, Reynaldo Lopez, who's one of the league leaders in ERA. Chris Sale has revitalized his career as a Brave, and he's throwing lights out. Charlie Morton ×2, where really the Cubs have been able to get to him, surprisingly, and then Max Fried tonight. This is a rough stretch, but man, 6-9 against these 15 starters, and you kind of look at it going into it and say, I would have been happy at 500 or maybe 1 game under 500, and basically they're 1 game worse than 1 game under 500, just 1 game swing there. Now, the Braves have not announced their starting pitcher as I'm recording this for tomorrow, but you can almost guarantee it's not going to be the likes of the 15 that I just mentioned. Now we're going to move on to our big ticket item of the day. And what is this? This is just basically a play of the day, player of the day, or a person of the day. And that is going to go to Porter Hodge. He was 1 pitch away from an immaculate inning in his major league debut. The guy looked sharp, mainly throwing just fastballs. It looks like he's got a little cut on his fastball as well. Now, he came very advertised as not having much command, but he goes out there, 9 of 10 pitches thrown for strikes, and only 1 pitch was fouled off by Matt Olson. Every other pitch was either seen for a strike or was swung through for a strike. Porter Hodge, congratulations. Welcome to the major leagues. Luis Vasquez also made his major league debut, struck out in the 9th inning against Max Fried, but hey, we're going to be seeing a lot of Luis Vasquez probably, maybe even a start tomorrow to give Dansby Swanson the day off. We shall see. And as mentioned, the Braves have not announced their starter for tomorrow, but Ben Brown will go for the Cubs tomorrow. He will try to get the third win of this 7-game homestand, trying to salvage a 3-4 homestand to end this one, and will be the first losing homestand for the Cubs this year. That's going to do it for me here on the setup, man. I'm going to go put my arm on ice. We'll see you tomorrow.